Chester are the visitors to Blackwell Meadows today as the National League North season enters the final month of the regular season. Today represents the first home game for the Quakers after a run of 2 points from 3 away games in a row and 2 consecutive goalless draws. Chester arrived today as the best away seed in the league, unbeaten since August on the road, and could still nick second. Alan Armstrong, Darlington manager, makes 3 changes to the starting 11 today, with Danny Rose, Andrew Nelson and Callum Griffiths coming in, as Kane Felix drops to the bench and Ben Liddell and Ben Headley miss out altogether. Chester manager Callum McIntyre names an unchanged team from the recent trip up to Blythe Spartans. Mind you, Tommy Taylor's wearing bright yellow boots and a lime green goalkeeper's top as well. It was a good challenge there, and it's a free kick being given. I think it is on Nelson.
Nelson,
yeah. Nelson picked the pocket
was,
of the defender, didn't he?
He was very quick there to read where the pass was going, and the defenders picked up a yellow card there as well, I think.
Let's have to have a look, see who that was. It's on the far side here as we sit at Blackwell Meadows, but you're right, Andrew Nelson just picked the pocket as Tyra threw it out to the defender, and it's number 22 actually. I'm not sure it's a yellow card, mind, but we'll take it. Rose takes it left-footed, puts it around about the penalty spot. It's there to be competed for. It's headed clear. Comes to Nelson on the edge of the box, but Nelson can't bring it under control. Callum Griffiths slides into a challenge, then finds Nelson. Nelson comes inside to Hazel, corner on the 18-yard box. Hazel gets his head up, has the shot. Oh, goalkeeper's dropped it, and then he's caught it at the second attempt. Not the most convincing piece of goalkeeping by Harry Tyra, but he got there in the end to save the day.
That was one of those classics there where it looked at first glance like he'd lost the ball and was about to literally chuck it into the net, but somehow we managed to grab it at the second attempt.
I do think there's a number of people here thought that was going in, or was in. 2 Darlington players, Jake Lawler, the nearest, was right underneath it, but Tyra just managed to compose himself and collect the ball. We're back underway as Moke climbs for a header. Then Chester throw-in is going to be taken by Kieran Coates, the right back for them, wearing number 16. Plays it inside, receives the ball back. Chester trying to move down the right-hand side, but Lawler and Purver between them snaffle that one up, and then Jazem Sukaya wins another powerful header forward. Andrew Nelson wins another, and then Hazel wins another one. Took a little bit of a clout in the back of the head by Matty Williams there, but no free kick given. Griffiths aggressively and fairly wins a header on the halfway line as well. Chester picked the ball up down the left-hand side, played inside, central position 30 yards from goal, chance for the shot, and that's safely covered there by Tommy Taylor. Nice, smart bit of goalkeeping without being too testing.
Yeah.
You know what, it wasn't, I'd look at the replay, it was actually Darlington throwing that, it came off the Chester player last. Ball played down the left-hand side for Chester. Little 1-2 there. Brookwell slides in, can't quite get the block. Sukar wins the head, only falls to the edge of the box, and then it's a shot high and wide by Chester player on the edge of the box. I think they're trying to claim that took a touch off somebody.
Yeah, they're trying to claim that. I don't
think it did. Coates will take the throw in. Comes back and receives the ball again, tight to the right hand side. Finds Willoughby. Willoughby who plays it back then to Weeks. Gets the ball back and then plays it down to one of the centre-backs, and then it goes far side. Whitehouse then takes it for Chester, and they're trying to make some move down the left-hand side there. Brookwell's being left for dust. Can he get back? Makes the slide in. It's popped in from close range. It's finished there by Declan Weeks. The break down the Chester left-hand side. Brookwell couldn't get there ahead of his man. The cross was tidy, and it was stabbed in from a couple of yards out.
It was nice play there. Brookwell just unfortunately just got turned there, and once he was turned, he was away and able to deliver actually a really good ball just for him to tap in.
Chester get the first goal here. You wouldn't say it's against the run of play. I think Chester maybe just slightly edged things.
Yeah, possibly ever so slightly. Like you say, not much in it at all up until the goal. But obviously it gives us a bit of work to do now, because we need to come forward and look for an equaliser.
a substitute to come on and completely change the game, but that's what we need Kane Felix to do here.
I was just going to say the exact same thing, not to put too much pressure on the guy, but where he's coming on to change the game here.
It's felt like the last 25 minutes we've just been going through the motions, chatting to each other, waiting for it to happen, really. Ball is with Blythe though. Blythe's got a chance. He plays Hazel in. The flag stays down. Hazel with a chance. It's a shot on target. It's saved by Harry Tyra, but it's a shot on target for Darlington.
I think it was probably one of those, wasn't it? It would have been better if the ball had gone out. He did his best to keep it in, but it's one of those sometimes where he stretched for it, couldn't bring it in, and they were able to go away with the ball.
It's Earl on the ball for Chester. Felix committed himself there and got the wrong side of his man. He's got some defending to do now. Brookwell blocks the ball with his back. There's a handball shout there on a Chester player not given by the referee. Ball is left hand side. Chester with a chance to try and come inside, trying to create an opportunity. Comes back to Lewis Earl. He's pressed by Moke. Comes back to Whitehouse. Moving it down the left hand side. Chester comes into the box. Chester shirt gets there first. Darlington need to defend this bit. It's back with Whitehouse. Chance for the shot. There it is, the second goal. It's Elliot Whitehouse has dragged the ball into the bottom right of Tommy Taylor's goal. The Chester fans celebrate. Chester 2, Darlington 0.
And I think it would probably say that's game over. It's Chester just seemed to be able to just go up a gear, just in and around the box area. He was able to bring the ball down and had time to turn and slot it away past Tommy Taylor.
Yeah, it's a frustrating day for Darlington. No doubt about it. They were very patient in possession there, Chester. When the ball came in, Whitehouse brought the ball onto his right foot and drove it into the bottom corner, sent the Chester fans behind that goal into ecstasy. Is that about right on the balance of play? Chester 2, Darlington 0, would you say? Is that a little bit generous?
I don't know if it's a little bit harsh on Darlington. Yeah, I would say it's maybe a little bit harsh, but I would say Chester probably, to be fair, to be honest, probably can't believe how relatively easy they've had it. It seems as though they've hardly had to get out of first or second gear. They've just been able to stroll around at the back.
Weeks is going to take this corner, front post. Howe clears it high up into the air, but it will be a Chester player that wins it. Just hooks it up in the air inside the box. Lawler wins the header. Lawler's not been too bad today. Ball play. Moke actually picks up some possession for Darlington, finds Brookwell. Brookwell to Rose. Rose back to Cooper. Cooper just hikes one forward to the halfway line under some pressure. Hazel does well back to goal, but can't retain possession. Chester will chance to break. Weeks is running right at Darlington's defence, plays it inside. I think it's Willoughby. It's gone past everyone, and he's just missed it there. It's the substitute Hall headed it into the side netting,
and that's a massive let off, because to me he just had to nod it into the net there, and somehow he managed to put it wide into the side netting.
I thought that was going to be Willoughby's chance. He broke into the ball. It was a really good challenge by Sukar actually, and then Hall couldn't finish it off. I agree with you, Keith. He should have. Sukar takes the throw. It's straight onto a Chester head. Comes to Felix on the edge of the box. He's well pressed though, and Brookwell has to tidy up, but he just slices the ball left-footed and it goes all the way back to Taylor. Taylor will no doubt just return it. Shoot is the shout from the tin shed. Taylor just clips one forward. Goalkeeper's come a long way, doesn't win it. Comes to Felix on the edge. Felix has the shot, comes back to Lawler. Lawler shoots. Darlington have got one back. The goalkeeper came all the way and didn't get it there. He'd hardly had a touch, and the goalkeeper now goes down because he's trying to slow things down. I think it was Jake Lawler who got the goal, wasn't it?
It was Lawler eventually. I mean, I don't know what on earth the goalkeeper was doing coming so far out. He was obviously...
He got the wrong side. There's no foul on the goalkeeper. He just gets the wrong side. I have no idea what Harry Tyra's doing there, coming for that ball and not getting it, because, to be honest, he's had the rest of the day off.
You can only think that's just out of sheer boredom that he's decided to have a little wander out of his so far out, and like I say, clattered into, I think it was Nelson that he clattered into, and then the ball fell then, and eventually Lawler was able just to prod it home. But
there's still 2 minutes left here, there's probably another minute there. I reckon there's probably 3 to go here, Funnier things have happened. Not many funnier things have happened, but you never know. Let's just get a ball in the mixer. Lawler's stayed up front. Lawler picks the ball up. He finds Nelson. Nelson to Rose. Darlington are going to have a little go at this. This might be exciting if you've stayed with us on Darlow Fans Radio. That's a minute there just for the head injury substitution. Now Rose is on the ball. Rose, uncontested drop ball, sticks it into the box. Lawler's under it. Header's won. There's a chance there. It's half cleared. Cleared now all the way to Hall. Hall's going to try and start a counter-attack there. Ball's going to skid and go out. But again, Darlington have managed to put it in the box and they've caused a little bit of trouble. Moquet is going to go back to Taylor. Taylor is presumably going to just clear this. He's well pressed by Hall. Finds Moquet. Moquet to Rose. Darlington need to get the ball forward quickly here. Rose just chips one forward. Lawler's under it. Lawler gets there ahead of his man. Lawler turns it around the corner. I think it's going to go out of play if the defender can manage to cover it out. But Felix keeps it in. Felix picks a pocket. Brookwell picks it up. Felix is offside. Has to be offside there. It's a shame, but he had to be offside, didn't he? I think from where he picked the ball up.
Yeah, just unfortunate of that.
Jake Lawler's come on, played up front for the last 3
really
minutes.
Well up front.
He's been the best attacker on the pitch.
He's had an absolute stormer up front.
Someone's just said Hartlepool will win, and tell me that's not true. The referee blows the full-time whistle. Full-time score here. Chester 2, Darlington 1. Darlington had a very unlikely brief attempt at it at the end there, but really, when all said and done, very well beaten on the day. Up until injury time, they had only managed one shot on target, no corners in the game. Chester, great team, fantastic away record, and they go back down the A1 tonight with another 3 points, and Darlington are starting to look over their shoulders.
I think disappointing overall. I mean, obviously, I think that that goal's probably flattered us, not even flattened us. We were very flat before that, but it flattered us in the end. Really, really disappointing performance there. And it just seems like it wasn't until we got that goal that